let's say 3 gig, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
It's going in this direction. Nah, forget about going that direction. That's going to be too confusing. Okay. That's where that falling arrow is. It's called the falling edge. Okay. That's the falling edge. Why is it called the falling edge? Because when you're at the top and you come to here, you go down. You're falling. What do you think this is called? Rising edge.
Leading.
Yes.
Okay. See, we're concerned about the falling edge. Look at the donut here. The donut arc indicates we want to go from 1 to 0. Falling edge. Okay. If it was a no donut there, it would be a rising edge. Most books do not do it this way. They do it this way, and they say it's a falling edge. I like to keep the graphics to something that makes sense. So here's what happens. You have a 0 and 0 on a J and K. In fact, nothing will happen till the edge falls. So as we're going along over here, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens. Then we go up, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens, and then we go down. That's when things happen. And they only happen here. It doesn't happen on a level. It doesn't happen on a 1. It doesn't happen on a 0. It happens on a transition when it goes from 1 to 0. That is the tough part to get through. It's like, why do I need to have a 1 then a 0? Okay, that's what we need, and I'll show you in the schematic why that's necessary. Okay, so if this is not happening, then nothing changes out here. 0 and 0 in, it's previous state. The way I think of it, zeros are nothing. This is really not correct, but the way you could think of it is, if zeros mean nothing and there's a falling edge, nothing's going to change here. It's going to be whatever it was before the falling edge. If it's opposite inputs, if a J is a 1 and K is a 0, it feeds through. The 1 goes to here, the 0 goes to here on a falling edge. Okay? So whatever's here goes to here, whatever's here goes to here on a falling edge, if these two are opposites. If we have a 0 here and a 1 here, what's going to happen?
0 and 1.
It's going to go through. They're opposites. It's going to flow through. 0, 1. Here is the crazy part. 1, 1.
Q, not Q.
Okay. So let's say we have a 0 and a 1 here. We have a 1, 1 here. Falling edge. This will change to 1. This will change to 0. Another falling edge with a 1, 1 here. This will change to 0. This will change to 1. It will just go to the opposite thing. So it just shows Q, and it's going to be the opposite here. Let's define these terms here. QT plus 1.
Cutie.
Thank you. QT plus 1 means after the falling edge. QT plus 0, in mathematics that doesn't make sense. You would just say it's QT. And that's the way they show it in books. I like to show with a plus 0. That means before the falling edge. So this is what's happening here before the falling edge.
And then QD plus 1 is after.
Okay, I did this wrong. Sorry. I did this wrong.
Wow.
There, that's the way it is. Okay. Doesn't matter what it is. Previous state, if it was X, it's going to stay X. Here, J is 0, K is 1. They feed through, so Q is going to be 0. Here, Q is going to be 1. I'm not showing Q negated here. I'm showing Q before the falling edge and Q after the falling edge. So, what does this circuit look like?
I'm like halfway the
Oh, that's good.
already.
All right, here it is.
You're not taking this course next year.
I am.
Everybody
You should be taking this course next year.
I'm on the dot. 7? Would you have done
Yeah. Do you what? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I do. Hey, your thing.
Yeah, you do. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know.